roll out the red carpet and get out your acceptance speech because we have your Backstage Pass to Hollywood. The season finale of Backstage Pass starts now.
In 5, 4,
3, 2,
are you ready?
Hey Explorers, welcome back to Backstage Pass, where we give you the scoop on all things entertainment. My name is Lucas Alvin.
And my name is Kayla McCrae, your other host of Backstage Pass. But you already knew that, I hope.
And I hope you remembered my name. I'm Patrick O'Hara. After all, it's been 3 wonderful years, and with this episode, Lucas, Kayla, and I are saying our farewell to Backstage Pass. And not just because this is the last episode of season 27, but because the 3 of us are graduating college, and it's time for us to say goodbye.
It's true. Time really does fly when you're having fun. And we've had so much fun on this show.
Agreed, but let's not ride off into the unemployment sunset quite yet, because we have one last Backstage Pass to host together. So get your popcorn ready, because this last episode is gonna slay, be iconic, and of course, be Lucas Core. So let's start this episode with a bang and shoot right over into So Boom with Maddie Green.
Hey everybody, my name is Maddie Green and welcome back to So Boom, where I retell movies the only way I know how, with attitude, bad decisions, and a lot of noise. Today we're talking about a movie that made everyone think they can join an a cappella group after watching it once. Pitch Perfect! So Boom, let's set the scene. We're at Barton University, home of college students, questionable life choices, and way too many singing groups. Enter Becca Mitchell. She does not want to be here. She wants to make music, not sing it. DJ dreams, resting I don't care face, vibes, immaculate. But her dad forces her to join an extracurricular. And boom, she ends up with the Barton Bellas, an all-girl a cappella group that is struggling, to say the least. The Bellas used to be iconic. Now they're stuck singing the same songs, wearing the same outfits, losing competitions, and traumatized by a very public, very gross performance fail. The group is run by Audrey's, a control freak with a vision, and Chloe, who was just trying to keep the peace. Add in a bunch of different personalities, and you got chaos with harmonies. At first, Becca's not feeling it, but when she starts remixing their sound, mashups, modern music, actual fun, the group finally starts to come alive. Of course, drama hits, egos clash, and their rival group, the Troublemakers, are out here smug, confident, low-key annoying. The Bellas learned that winning isn't just about perfection, it's about trust, teamwork, and letting everyone have a voice. Finals roll around, the Bellas step on stage, new sound, new confidence, and they absolutely eat. They win, they prove everyone wrong, and Becca, she finally believes she belongs, on her own terms. Moral of the story, you don't have to fit the mold to be a part of the group. Your voice matters, even if it sounds different, and when you stop trying to be perfect and start being real, that's when you hit the right note. And that's the tea on Pitch Perfect. This was So Boom. I'm Maddie. Now go drink some water and try not to start an a cappella group immediately. LaSalle does not need one. I get all I need when I just see it. Oh, that's the wrong movie. Hold on. That's the wrong movie.
Thanks for that pitch perfect recap and for hosting So Boom, Maddie. This is Maddie's last time with us on the show as she's graduating along with us. And with that, let's get into movie and TV news. I know segment producer Jaden Torres has done an excellent job covering pro wrestling for the past few episodes, but it would be a crime for me to not do one last episode. In January, it was announced that All Elite Wrestling, or AEW, was collaborating with Adult Swim on an animated series, and recently we got a trailer for Tales from the Top Rope, which highlighted stars such as Darby Allin, the Young Bucks, and Timeless Tony Storm. While not much was revealed about what the show is like, it appears to be a Twilight Zone-like parody about all the wild characters on AEW's roster. It's also worth noting that the show's writer and producer is Nick Collins, who had a brief stint in WWE's creative department. I'm really curious to see what the show will be like. You can watch the first episode of Tales from the Top Rope when it airs April 16th at noon on AEW on TV YouTube channel.
You know which indie web series I watched all throughout college and is also about to end? That's right. I'm talking about The Amazing Digital Circus from Glitch Productions. Premiering in 2023, this show follows characters Pomni, Jax, Ragatha, Zubul, Gangle, and Kinger, a group of humans who were sucked into a circus-themed digital world for seemingly eternity with an AI with a set of teeth and eyes named Kane, with no way out and no memory of how they got there. Sounds horrifying, right? Well, that's because it's loosely based off the horror sci-fi short story I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. Anyways, this show has absolutely changed the game for indie animation. Each episode averaged over 100 million views in a matter of hours. There's a themed cafe in Japan, official merch at Hot Topic, a Netflix streaming deal, and a dedicated fan base. Now, the final episode is being released in movie theaters internationally starting June 4th, and in countries like Canada, parts of Europe, Mexico, Japan, and the US, of course, including right here in Philly. I'm still debating if I want to go, but I know it would be a satisfying and cinematic way to experience one of the biggest shows come to an end alongside my college career. I'm already getting sentimental.
One of my personal favorite childhood TV shows is in the works, and zoinks, you heard that right. Scooby-Doo Origins is a live-action TV series coming soon to Netflix. This marks the third live-action adaptation of everyone's favorite Great Dane, who will be returning to keep another generation familiar with the ever-so-iconic name of Scooby-Doo. Now, what's unique about this adaptation is that it will be a reimagining of how the gang first met at summer camp. According to the synopsis, old friend Shaggy Rogers, played by Tanner Hagen, and Daphne Blake, played by McKenna Grace, get involved in a super creepy mystery surrounding a lost Great Dane, who may or may not have witnessed a terrifying supernatural murder. To solve the mystery, they'll need the help of sensible scientist Velma Dinkley, played by Abby Ryder Fortson, and the, quote, handsome new kid Fred Jones, played by Maxwell Jenkins. But will their teamwork be enough to stop the supernatural force from exposing their deepest secrets? It's worth noting that Scooby-Doo's voice actor of approximately 24 years, Frank Welker, will be voicing him once more in this blood-curdling adaptation. I can't wait to see the series once it releases, but unfortunately I won't be around to cover it when that time comes. So you'll just have to keep an eye out for both Scooby and his friends in the near future. And yeah, I think my heart's starting to fail from how emotionally heartbreaking it is to think that this episode is ending shortly. Maybe I need a doctor, and maybe our friend Leisha Espiritu Santo has the perfect medical drama that is destined to cure any heartbreak. Take it away one last time, Leisha.
Are you familiar with George Clooney? You know, the actor who plays Danny Ocean in the Ocean's trilogy, or maybe you've even seen him on Spy Kids. Well, did you know that his first famous role was on a 90s show where he plays an ER doctor who's a player but has a soft spot for kids? Hi everyone, it's Leisha for the final time on Backstage Pass. For this segment, I want to put you onto an old show from the 90s. If you aren't familiar, the new doctor show named The Pit, streaming on HBO Max, is inspired by the show ER. ER aired from 1994 to 2009, and let me tell you, this show is peak television. I don't even realize that I'm watching actors on a set more than half of the time. The actor who plays Dr. Michael in The Pit actually plays as a med student interning at Chicago County General Hospital in ER. Throughout the show, you follow how he transforms from an insecure kid to an astounding doctor, and all of the doctors that worked with him help him get there. So let's get into the characters. The main characters that appear in almost all of the seasons consist of 5 characters. There's Dr. Benton, a stuck-up surgeon who's rightfully the youngest sibling in the family. He's the doctor in charge of training young John Carter, the med student who's now a seasoned doctor in The Pit. Although Benton comes off as cold, there are many instances where his character is given more depth as he interacts with patients. Then we have Dr. Green, a guy who's working his dream job in the ER, but he struggles to keep his home life together. His wife financially supported him while he was in college, and they have a young daughter together. His wife strongly believes that he's married to his job. Although the two love each other, Green often struggles to choose between his family or his job. Dr. Doug Ross is a pediatric doctor in the ER. It's clear with every episode that he truly cares about each and every child that's admitted into the hospital. However, his daddy issues has caused him to be quite the stubborn womanizer. This gets in the way of his job often, especially in his past relationship with the head nurse, Carol. Finally, there's Susan. Although she's a great doctor, she struggles to stand up to her superiors and speak up for herself. As she's completing her residency, she has to deal with her older sister, Chloe. Chloe is a drug addict who likes to take advantage of her sister and never apologizes for it. The production quality of this show is just astounding. The actors make the audience forget it's a camera recording the whole thing. With their intricate set that's designed to be a replica of the real County General Hospital in Chicago, many real nurses and doctors who work in ERs often say how realistic the show is. It feels like they're right back at work. And let's just remember that this is the 1990s, more than 30 years ago. Audiences often compare ER to Grey's Anatomy, critiquing how it focuses more on the drama surrounding the doctors' personal relationships with each other, while ER tends to focus on patient stories and how it affects the doctors working on them. Picture it like this. Grey's Anatomy is like the perfect Superman who always saves the day, while ER is like Marvel's Spider-Man. He understands that you can't always save everyone. That's ER's formula for great television. That's all for today. I'd like to take a second and thank the producers of the show, Kayla, Lucas, and Patrick. Thank you for allowing me to nerd out on the show. You guys have truly made Backstage Pass special and enjoyable to so many LaSalle students. I'm so happy to have been a part of it. Now let's go back to the studio and finish off the episode. I'm Leisha Espiritu Santo. See you next time.
Oh, Leisha, you were supposed to cure my heartbreak, not make it worse. I'm getting really, really emotional now. But would it really be my last time hosting an episode of Backstage Pass if I didn't cover the latest music news from my favorite artist? Absolutely not. So let's get right into it. This past month, singer-songwriter Ariana Grande has announced her upcoming 8th studio album, Petal. This follows the build-up for her upcoming Eternal Sunshine Tour, which kicks off this summer. The album will contain 12 tracks total and is set to release on July 31st. The album's concept can be described best as a flower that grows through the cracks. I am very excited for this album, but I am also excited for Kim Petras' upcoming studio album titled Detour, which actually had its 4th single released on April 22nd, and needless to say, I haven't been able to take it off repeat. The song is titled Need for Speed and follows her controversy with her record label, Republic Records, which ultimately led to her departing the label entirely. The song was accompanied by an extremely iconic music video that visually showcases how she felt within the label and how detrimental it was for her artistry. And yes, the 5 brand ads were very much needed for the story. I'm so sad I won't be able to cover the release of Ariana Grande's 8th album or Kim Petras' Detour, but I wanted to share my excitement for them with you before saying goodbye. Hopefully you'll listen to them and think of me, but if not, that works too.
Ariana Grande and Kim Petras albums? Is it too late to invent #PatrickCore? Moving on though, let's talk Coachella Weekend 2 and its iconic headliner guest stars. Justin Bieber brought out SZA, Big Sean, and Billie Eilish. Addison Rae brought out Olivia Rodrigo. And Pink Panthers brought out actress Chase Infinity, Slater, the Janelle Monáe, Zara Larsson, and Manon, one of the original members of the girl group Cat's Eye, who is believed by the fandom to have forcibly been put on an indefinite hiatus by their producers. Fans are totally upset, especially knowing that she was supposed to not only perform at Coachella with the group, but be part of their new era for their song Pinky Up. Pink Panthers inviting her on stage is a big deal. For Sabrina Carpenter's night 2, we got Terry Crews, her old Girl Meets World co-star Corey Fogelman is once again freaking Madonna, where they performed a song from her new upcoming album, and Gina Davis playing her older self in the opening monologue, taking over for her Thelma and Louise co-star Susan Sarandon, who played older Sabrina on night 1. Now, you guys need to understand how #KaylaCore this is. I adore Thelma and Louise and Gina Davis, and I've talked about both on the show plenty of times. I still can't believe Sabrina made that reference. Seeing a picture of her, who I've witnessed rise from her Disney Channel status to main pop girl status, side by side with Gina, the woman whose films made me the cinephile I am today, made me kind of emotional. Not to mention that Miss Davis now has her own Instagram account. Her first ever post was a behind-the-scenes pic with a shirt given to her by Sabrina that says Gina Wood. The latest post, Her and Madonna having a little reunion for their iconic 1992 baseball film, A League of Their Own. What a full circle moment.
I never thought this day would come. My first ever Backstage Pass story was on Japanese music. And in a full circle moment, my last one will be too. On April 8th, popular Japanese metal band Duran Grey released their 12th major album titled Mortal Downer. A few episodes back, I mentioned that the band evolves their sound with every release, and how I was curious to listen to what direction they decided to go for this. The album ended up going in an alternative and avant-garde metal direction, which I expected. Now, as a whole, I'm not sure how I feel about this album. On one hand, I love the experimental nature and vibes of each track, but on the other hand, I felt like there wasn't really anything that definitively stood out to me about it. While this album may not have become an instant favorite of mine, I'm holding out some hope that it's going to grow on me over time. Maybe when I finally listen to it in full. Regardless, you can listen to Duran Grey's Mortal Downer wherever you find and listen to your music.
Lucas, stop making us cry our hearts out. Instead of that, let's get into a certain fan favorite segment that is very near and dear to the three of us. For the past 4 years, we've taken to the LaSalle University campus to ask many different questions to many different people. So we've decided to do that one more time with as many characters and references as possible in our latest and last edition of Backstage Asks.
Hi Explorers! Welcome to our final episode of Backstage Asks. And this is not just the final Backstage Asks of this season, this is the final Backstage Asks with us as the hosts, because we're all graduating. So if you don't know our names by now, my name is Kayla McCrae.
I'm Patrick O'Hara.
I'm an emotionally unstable Lucas Alvin.
Yes, we're all emotionally unstable. So, since we're graduating soon, we need some advice. And we're bringing out as many familiar faces and familiar characters as possible to answer this question, because we're going out with a bang, all right? We're going out with a bang. So let's see what they have to say, shall we? Hello, welcome to Backstage Asks. What's your name again?
My name is Demetrius.
My name is Jaden.
Hi, it's Cheyenne.
Cheyenne is in the MVP.
As in the MVP.
My name is O'Reilly.
Oh, hi, my name is Alex. Nice to see you again. I'm on here a lot.
I'm Kiana.
Haven't you been on like almost every episode so far?
I tried my best.
You're also our FNAF fan. How you feeling about FNAF?
I'm obsessed, and I always will be. I will never get over it. I will never escape. Help me.
We are FNAF.
My name is Sebastian Laura.
Jane. Hi, Jane. So you're looking a little creamy over here. Can you explain?
I just got pied for FIMU's Pi-Fi, which supports Children's Miracle Hospital Networks. I got pied 42 times.
That's a lot of pie.
My name is Serena.
What's happening?
I just got pied by a bunch of people who were really mad at me, but it was for a good cause.
My name is Devontre. You know the go.
My name is Asada. Is this the last Backstage Ask?
It is.
Guys, this is my last Backstage Ask, and I'm gonna go, float off somewhere and never be seen again.
Well, that's actually ironic. Do you have any advice to give us hosts as we graduate?
Cross that stage. I don't know. Girl, I don't even know what I'm supposed to do.
Everybody's story is different. Make your own unique story. Make sure your head is held high, and make sure you know what you want, because at the end of the day, you have acquired something that nobody can take away from you to make use of it, all right? But one thing I must say, too, make sure you got money. Don't be broke out here. Yeah, don't be broke. That's a bad chore. Don't be broke, but yeah.
It's very sound advice. Thank you, Mitri. Thank you for your service.
I say you go up there, whoever's handing you diploma, RKO him, get Danhausen to come to graduation, curse everybody there. You gotta just go out with the final bang. Everyone's gonna remember Lucas Alvin.
Love that Danhausen and also that Dan Allen.
Do not get blackout drunk Friday night to come into graduation Saturday morning at 10 o'clock, because you're going to be wasted and we're going to be out on the soccer field. And as someone who has worked commencement in the past with union services, it is going to be miserable. You will be walked off. Don't take a shot, a singular shot, have a little drinky twink. I will be having a little twinky twink. I'm 22, it's okay. Don't get obliterated. It's okay, get obliterated after the fact. Get your diploma and then obliterate yourself.
Don't be an alcoholic.
Wow, thanks, and I'm not.
Okay.
My graduation advice is don't stress about after graduation because everyone does something different. So even if someone's doing something where you're like, oh, they're in a better spot than me, or like I'm just not at that point yet, that's okay because no one's at the same point and everyone's doing something different. And just because everyone's not doing the same thing doesn't mean that you're not successful as a person.
So, quick question. After graduation, is it still okay to kiss the homies on Valentine's Day?
Yes, absolutely. Homies are forever. Graduation is temporary, homies are forever.
What about at graduation? Are we smooching all the homies?
Even better, honestly. That is like peak time to smooch the homies, because you might not see them for a couple more months. Like people are going different states, so you have to smooch the homies then.
Noted, noted. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Just don't do it. I'll miss you and I'll cry. Just don't go. Don't leave. Don't leave.
Michael, don't leave me here.
Michael, don't leave me here.
Well, unfortunately, we have to go. We can't be like Springtrap. We can't always come back.
You have to come back for me at least. Come on, man. This is unfair.
What will we do without you? What will you do without us?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to learn to make friends again. I don't want to.
Maybe the friends that we made along the way are actually FNAF.
Most specifically, Foxy.
Yes, me and my Hello Kitty plush says, go downtown and go to 3 different bars and get blacked out drunk. And make sure you get a ride home with an Uber driver, or a Lyft, or a good friend, or just someone you trust.
Wait, so when should this take place? Should it take place before graduation, like the day before my ceremony?
The best option is probably after graduation, or day of graduation.
Day of or after? Okay, got it. That is some sound advice, and I will live it up. Hello Kitty, do you have another response, like a different response? She said stay being cutesy, so that's what I will do. I'm pretty good at that.
Have fun, live life, do fun things. I mean, you can tell I did a lot of fun things today with whipped cream. Just like stay involved, do fun stuff, support stuff you're passionate about. That's probably it.
I feel like a lot of people talk about college as like your best years and you'll never feel like as good again. That's not true. So go into the rest of your post-grad plans with optimism and with hope, because I think for a lot of people it actually only gets better.
Okay.
And so I would say be open-minded and don't let the sort of mental state of like, oh God, post-grad depression, like it's gonna get me. There would be rough patches like always, but life tends to get even better after college from my experience. So, yes.
For any creative that's in this field, like actually just imagine it right now. You see golden arches and a jingle that goes ba da ba ba ba. It's McDonald's. You're the manager. It's like, no, I'm playing. You're the manager at McDonald's? It's like, no. But actually what I have to say is that, I don't know, just as a creative in this industry, like always just keep going. Even if you think your work is like just straight up bad or you think it's terrible, more people out there are gonna love your work more than you do. I remember Mac Miller said something about it, like shout out to Asada, because I remember she said this when we were in the labs one time. A big company is always gonna want someone with our talent and skill. So never think just because you're an artist or someone who likes to direct that your career is over after college. It always keeps going.
Those are some excellent pieces of advice from our explorers. And you know what? This just made me think about all the memories that I have of Backstage Asks. So, Pat, what's your favorite memory from Backstage Asks over the years?
There's been so many memories. I mean, just speaking to all of the students, all of the inside jokes, Cheyenne being the MVP, all of the mask folks that come out to talk with us and share their opinions, their thoughts, their feelings. Some controversial, some not.
No, seriously. What about you, Lucas?
I would say just over the years, the different shenanigans I've put myself in. Obviously, chatting with people has been amazing, and definitely the character elements and storylines we've adapted. Even just for me alone, finishing off the segments with just jumping into thin air, leaving many black and blue marks on my knees over the years. Alien number 1. Am I missing anything?
Sister Dora. Remember when Sister Dora?
Oh my God.
Sister Dora's a classic. Hashtag LucasCore.
So I think what I love so much about Backstage Asks is just having an opportunity to get to know more of the student body. A lot of people that came on the show were our friends already, but a lot of them weren't. We kind of got to know, like through being on the show. And there are people who were literally excited to come to Backstage Asks every time the next one came up. So that was just really, really nice to see. Thank you so much to all of our Backstage Asks fans, everybody who's come back, and everybody who's made the show what it is. Because, you know, you are Backstage Asks. We're only one part of it. So just thank you for everything. So let's get back to the studio, shall we? For one last time.
Hold it.
Thank you to every person, character, organization, plushie, animal, and supernatural creature that we've had on Backstage Asks. It's been a great pleasure not only getting to know you, but also being able to call you our friends. P.S. Lucas's legs are still covered with black and blue marks.
Well, I'm sorry to say that I'm going to start crying because we wanted to hold space for and reflect on the past 4 years of Backstage Pass. So let's do it, guys.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So
Pleasure.
first and foremost, thank you so much to the amazing crew that we've had for all 3 years of hosting. It's been an impeccable experience having you behind the scenes, helping with Backstage Asks. Every single show wouldn't be able to happen without you, and everybody who produced the segment.
And I want to give a special thank you to the hosts that came before us, Hannah and Eric. Thank you for priming us to be who we are today and just helping us through every step of the way to become hosts and to become the very best that we can be. We really miss you, and we're hoping that you're having the best lives right now.
And of course, we can't fail to mention the superstar in the back, Tanya Ellis. I've worked enough things in the back there that you're probably yelling at me and telling me to shut up right now. But I know your tricks, and you mean a lot to us. So thank you for all that you've done for us in the past 4 years.
Wow, I really can't believe that it's the end of our very, very last episode together. The amount of experiences, man.
Same here. But unfortunately, or fortunately, the love of Backstage Pass is forever. And you're in luck. We're excited to reveal the upcoming host for season 28 of Backstage Pass. Come on out, guys.
Wow.
You might remember them from segments Front Row Only and In the Zone. We'd like to introduce to you Dan Peasy and Genesis Clark. If you've watched their segments in previous episodes, then I'm sure you're already familiar with how incredible they both are on screen. So don't worry, Backstage Pass is forever, and we mean it. Luckily, there's a special place you can keep up and connect with us, social media.
Get your phone out and follow Backstage Pass on these various platforms seen on your screen. Give the page a follow, leave a comment, and be sure to celebrate both Dan and Genesis as they make the show their own. If you're not all ready to say goodbye to us just yet, you can check out our short farewell video as we close out this wonderful chapter. So make sure you're following the account. If you don't, well, Backstage Pass won't be forever, but you'll have Dan and Genesis. Thanks for watching, everyone. And this one last time, I'm Patrick O'Hara. It's been an honor hosting Backstage Pass.
Thank you for allowing me to change the world with my Lucas Core stories. For one last time, I'm Lucas Alvin. Gokigenyo, sayonara.
And thank you for watching me embrace the cinephile, pop culture loving side of myself that I've always been. For one last time, I'm Kayla McCrae. Thank you for watching Backstage Pass.